Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon or very late evening, whatever is appropriate. I would like to welcome you all to Philadelphia, known as a city of brotherly love, but others kind of hasten to add also a city of sisterly affection. So I became involved with PXC International. I think Sharon, this probably should be 1995, when Sharon came to talk to me. I had some history of interest in PXC. In fact, my first paper published on PXC was 1972. We've been increasing, obviously, since then. But Sharon came to explain, yes, that Elizabeth and Elizabeth's younger brother Ian were just diagnosed PXC, Sharon and Sharon's husband Pat were not professional medical people, but very smart lay people, and they went to the books and looked, and nothing was known about the PXC. Genetics was unknown. Of course, the gene was not known. The prognosis, what is the overall outcome, was very unclear because the publications only highlighted the most severe cases that ever can develop with this condition. So Sharon said, Dr. Yudo, can you help us? And I said, sure. And Sharon asked, what can we do? I said, yeah, we could clone the gene. And Sharon asked, what do you need? I said, at that time, we needed 400 families, get the DNA from those, and we'll go and clone the gene. And Sharon and Pat thanked and left, and we were sort of thinking they never come back because it's so rare disease. And lo and behold, Sharon and Pat quit their day jobs, established PXC International in 1995, probably, and started collecting the information. They came about 6 months later to my office and said, Dr. Yudo, here is the DNA from 400 families, so let's find a gene. And with the PXC International as a focus, we formed a multi-laboratory kind of collaborative effort. And in about 2 years' time, it took probably 2 years at that time. Nowadays, we clone genes in a couple of weeks, but it took us 2 years, and we found the gene. I'm Jouni. I'm the chairman of Department of Dermatology and Cutaneous Biology here at Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia. And we are very excited and pleased to announce the establishment of PXC International Center of Excellence for Research and Clinical Care. In fact, I have two colleagues, Kuhn van der Wettering and Kwali Lee, who are one of the leading young scientists on PXC field. So we felt it's natural to actually have a PXC center which would combine the clinical and the research, so that and I'm a dermatologist by training, so I could see those patients in our clinic, and then we bring their samples to the laboratory, try to find the mutations, and then look for possible treatment options in a precision medicine kind of way. So PXC International clearly works with the patients to try to identify what their needs are and what makes their life easier, and what kind of predictions we can make of the complications and develop some preventions for those conditions. So PXC International is really a critical conduit here between the research operation that we have and the patient population who are clearly the PXE International. This center I see as a focused effort to develop personalized medicine for the patients with PXE based on the genetic changes, based on their specific mutations. And we have not only the key players here at Jefferson, but we also have the infrastructure of core facilities. We have biochemistry, we have pathology, we have molecular genetics that can contribute to our understanding of this disease towards the overall goal of developing treatments. It's really the combination of the clinical excellence and the research capabilities that makes this center unique. I should add that this is actually the first of its kind of center in the whole United States. Required for making organic pyrophosphate, or PPI. And this PPI normally prevents the calcification. So if you don't have the ABCC functional, as people with PXE have, then you don't make enough inorganic pyrophosphate, and therefore this kind of mineralization takes place in tissue. So that's pretty simple, right? So the idea is to give you a certain amount of the PPI. You take it by mouth, then we take blood samples at different times and we measure the amount of PPI and see how much you absorb and how long it lasts here. And based on the preliminary data, you get a peak, kind of nice peak at 30 to 60 minutes, and then it starts disappearing and should be gone at about the 2 to 4 hour time point. So the very first time that PXE patients are given this drug in a systemic way and having the careful analysis.